The Galactic Assembly chamber had witnessed wars, extinctions, and the rise and fall of civilizations older than most stars. Yet silence had never felt so heavy. Thousands of delegates floated, perched, slithered, or stood within the concentric tiers of the hall, their species-specific life support fields humming softly. Holographic banners of 100 empires shimmered above them. At the center, the great projection sphere showed a single blue and green planet, Earth. The silence broke when Counselor Threx of the Varn Collective clicked his mandibles in disbelief. "They're assaulting our world?" he asked, his voice echoing through the chamber. "The humans are attacking Earth?" The statement sounded absurd even as it left his mouth. The High Arbiter, a towering being of living crystal, rotated slowly. "The phrasing is imprecise," it said. "The humans are defending Earth. The attackers are the Kraz'thel Dominion." A ripple of alarm surged through the assembly. The Kraz'thel were ancient, older than many council species, older even than the assembly itself. Their empires spanned thousands of systems, their fleets capable of sterilizing planets in hours. They had crushed civilizations that dared resist, leaving only drifting ruins and radiation scars as warnings. And now they had chosen Earth. "This must be a misunderstanding," said Ambassador Liru of the Pelagian Shoals, her bioluminescent tendrils dimming. "Humans are not a military power. They only joined the Assembly 80 cycles ago." "Correct," replied the Arbiter. "Their fleet ranking places them in the bottom 10%. Several delegates relaxed slightly. That made sense. Then the Arbiter continued. "However, the Kraz'thel Advance Fleet has ceased all communication." The silence returned, sharper this time. A Kraz'thel fleet did not simply go silent. The projection sphere shifted, zooming in on the Sol system. Red markers showed Kraz'thel warships emerging from hyperspace, dozens of them, while smaller blue signatures clustered near Earth. "These are human vessels?" Threx asked. "Yes." "They're tiny." "They are." The Kraz'thel ships were massive obsidian wedges bristling with spinal cannons. The human vessels looked fragile by comparison, angular, compact, some clearly retrofitted civilian hulls. The first exchange began. The Kraz'thel fired. Lances of antimatter tore through space, enough firepower to crack continents. The assembly watched as the beams converged on Earth's defensive line. And then nothing happened. The beams vanished. "They missed?" someone asked. "No," the Arbiter said quietly. "They were intercepted." The display replayed the moment at slower speed. A web of faint distortions shimmered in front of the human ships. The Kraz'thel weapon struck the distortions and simply unraveled. "Deflection fields?" Liru whispered. "Not deflection," the Arbiter corrected. "Nullification." Confusion rippled through the hall. "That technology is theoretical," protested an avian delegate. "It requires impossible energy densities." The Arbiter rotated again. "Humans do not believe in impossible. They believe in not yet." The human fleet moved. Instead of charging forward, their ships spread out, forming a loose, seemingly disorganized pattern. The Kraz'thel responded instantly, shifting formations, targeting each vessel. Then the humans fired. No brilliant beams. No antimatter flares. Just silence. For a moment, nothing appeared to happen. Then one Kraz'thel cruiser simply folded. Its hull twisted inward as if grasped by an invisible hand, collapsing into itself before detonating in a silent flash. Another ship followed. Then another. "They're using gravity weapons," Threx said, horrified. "Yes," replied the Arbiter. "Localized, controlled gravity inversions." "That's insane. One miscalculation would destroy their own planet," the Arbiter finished. which is why no one else ever tried. The Kraz'thel fleet began to panic. Their precise formations dissolved as they attempted to retreat, but the humans anticipated it. Smaller craft darted in close, releasing swarms of kinetic projectiles. Simple metal slugs accelerated to relativistic speeds.
Primitive.
Effective. Kraz'thel's shields flared and failed. Hulls ruptured. Ships died. The assembly watched, transfixed. Why? Liru asked softly. Why would the Kraz'thel attack them? The Arbiter brought up another feed, this one from earlier cycles. A Kraz'thel envoy loomed over a human diplomat, towering and dismissive. Your species occupies valuable space. Your planet is resource-rich. You will submit or you will be erased. The human diplomat did not raise their voice.
No.
The feed ended. That's it. Threx asked. They went to war over that. Yes. The projection returned to the present. The Kraz'thel command ship attempted a hyperspace jump. Human vessels reacted instantly, focusing their fire. Space warped violently around the flagship, trapping it half in, half out of reality. The humans did not destroy it. Instead, they hailed it. The audio filled the chamber. This is Admiral Reyes of the United Earth Defense Fleet, said a calm, steady voice. Your invasion has failed. Stand down, or you will be contained permanently. A guttural Kraz'thel voice replied, furious and disbelieving. You are prey. You are nothing. Reyes did not hesitate. Maybe, but this is our home. The human fleet fired again. The command ship vanished, not destroyed, but compressed into a singularity containment field, sealed and inert. The remaining Kraz'thel ships fled. The battle was over. The assembly chamber erupted into chaos. They defeated the Kraz'thel. In a single engagement. They didn't even pursue them. The Arbiter raised a crystalline limb, restoring order. The humans have transmitted a message to the assembly, it announced. The projection shifted to a live feed from Earth. A human stood before a simple backdrop, no grand banners, no displays of dominance. Just a person in a dark uniform, eyes tired but resolute. Members of the Galactic Assembly, the human said. We regret that this conflict occurred in your space. Murmurs spread. We did not seek war, the human continued. But we will always defend our world. Threx leaned forward. They're apologizing? The human's expression hardened slightly. Let this serve as a notice, they said. Earth is not a prize. Humanity is not prey. And if anyone else comes to test that, the feed cut. The chamber was silent once more. Finally, Liru spoke. What do we do now? The Arbiter regarded the image of Earth, still blue, still alive. We revise our assumptions, it said, and our policies. Threx clicked his mandibles slowly. They're monsters, he murmured. The Arbiter tilted its crystalline head. No, it said. There's something far more dangerous. The projection zoomed in on Earth's surface, cities glowing, oceans calm, people unaware of how close annihilation had come. They are protectors, the Arbiter finished, and they will burn the universe before they let their home fall. The Galactic Assembly had witnessed many turning points in history. This one would be remembered forever. Because for the first time in galactic memory, the question was no longer who rules the stars, but what happens if humanity ever decides to leave Earth behind?